Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first time viewers and long time viewers. Happy New Year. This is your man Roy, and what a year we are going to have. Um, if you haven't seen the previous video that we put up, the plan for this year is to do a hell of a lot more on this account. So, what we're going to do is we are going to be um, doing a new account grind as far as we can go. Ideally, we'd like to get Valiant as soon as possible. Obviously, depends on how we get in the account, how lucky we get with the champions in terms of the progress that we get made. Obviously, one of the things is going to be getting those rank up items that will allow us to then do our best at getting the right champs leveled up at the right time. But we are in this for the long haul. As we said in the previous video, you will be able to see all the progress that we make for this account. So we're going to do two sections. We're going to do the streaming. And you'll be able to watch that at your leisure. And then I think we're going to do a bit of an overview video of kind of where we've come at the end of each day, and that'll just be a little bit of a short 30-second, 45-second, minute long video of kind of the progress that we've made, where we're up to, and where we aim to start next time. We won't be able to maybe stream all of the activity. There will be some activity later on that we go through, like some battlegrounds. We might do a bit of streaming there, but like so the arena grinds and all that, we want to get some crystal shards, for units and all the rest of it. Then we will also just need to see how it goes. But I am really psyched to see how well we get on with this going forward. So without further ado, I think we shall just make a start, and let's see how much we can get done during this stream. So as you can see, we are going in to just continue. I've done as far as the first quest, just to kind of get the ability to back out and save going forward, but it is going to be very interesting to see how we go. Hopefully you guys don't find it overly boring. Obviously we do have a little bit to do, but it's going to be pretty dry to start with. But hopefully bear with us, and we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping very early on that we can get quite a good chunk of energy that will just allow us to kind of progress a little bit more each time, and see how we get on. So I'm just going to double check, make sure we can see the chat and all the rest of it. Yeah, I think everything should be set up as much as I can. So we'll see what happens with any of you guys that are watching this during this stream. That should be relatively okay. I'm just playing about at the side of the stream just for 2 seconds, just making sure we've got everything sitting as we need it to. Again, first stream I have done for quite some time, so just have to bear with me just to make sure we have got everything as it should be for watching what we're doing. Right, let's have a look here. Yeah, that should all be okay as well, so I think we are good to go. As I said, this starting part is just going to be quite dry, because we will be beating some low level characters. As I said, we got it's all the game tutorials and everything that we've got to power through as well. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow start, but I'm hoping in the next hour or so we can make some pretty good progress. At least get to the point where we can like join an alliance, have a look at the inventory and all the rest of it. So here's hoping we manage it. Okay, so this Immortal Hawk was actually part of a kind of new account calendar that we were able to get, so it's going to help us enormously, especially as we progress through the account and see what we're up against. But at the minute, don't think there's going to be much in these first couple of quests that's going to cause us too much of a concern. Should just be ground and pound. And I forget I've not got parry on. So there we are. So the next couple of levels, we will get more quest energy and a couple of energy refills. So we'll power through as much as we possibly can. So again, I'll go next and see if it's just going to let us go through. Again, I don't really want to rush into putting too much into any kind of given champion just until we see how it goes, who we get out of crystal pools and all the rest of it. Because at the minute, say with a Mortal Hulk and a 3-star Thor, we should be pretty settled. Even that 2-star Spidey, if we get some charges on that bad boy, then we should be pretty sweet. But yeah, it's going to take just a little minute to progress through to where we want. We want also a mastery setup that gives us parry, which should hopefully then make this go a bit quicker. But it's really, I'm not going to say it's interesting to start a new account, but I think as we progress through, there'll be fights and matchups and different parts that we have forgotten about. Obviously, leading up to the collector fight, which is, as we know, everyone's favourite fight as we go through, but hoping that experience will trade off on that one, and by the time we get there, we'll have a fairly decent champion roster that should, emphasis on should, make it light work, but we will want to keep an eye on our units and our resources to make sure that we have everything that we need to progress beyond that. Again, just a bit of a nightmare not having parry on. You get so used to it, and then you get champions like Lady Deathstrike, where you've kind of got to remember not parry, because it diminishes their abilities. So yeah, it is a little bit. Takes a little minute just to kind of get used to everything that we're doing. Right, you can go down. So again, gonna give us more. Again, another energy refill. But if I remember correctly, does it not stack now? It's given us 2-star vision and a lot of class tier 1. Again, revives coming through, which is good. 100 units for that one level. It's not going to let us get out of this, unfortunately, so we're going to go and open the crystal now. Of course, it wants us to spend the units. I'm just going to put a little chat in here. Just so we can get that settled there. I'll pin that as well. Just want all you guys to come in and say hi, but we'll use the 100 units on, I mean, it's going to give us a 3-star. God, Captain America as well, man, come on. Get a 3 or 4, but again, the drop rates are absolutely immense. So we've got a couple of daily crystals, we've got 2-star Nexus. Again, not overly fussed about them at this moment in time. But we do get additional resources by going through the challenges. So we've got some gold and ISO challenges there. Again, not overly fussed about it, but if anything, we'll put a couple of bits of resource into Hawk just to speed the process up, give us a little bit extra. We're not going to obviously be able to rank them up just at this moment in time, but that will get us through a good chunk there. We'll get our 2-star Wolverine from that, which we will probably do nothing with. Uh, I mean, again, we go through, it's going to give us some rewards, so we want to open a crystal. We probably should have done this to start off with, to be fair, but we'll open the daily crystals and just get rid of them. So we've actually awakened 2-star Wolverine, and we've done that one. So that's going to give us some XP and some ISO. Yeah, we know that. So we've got our shard crystals open finally, but again we're going to go back. Do we need to do these in order, or can we? We've just done max level, so Petty doesn't track through. We'll do Spidey just because it's going to take less ISO to do. Again, if it comes to a rank up, we can do that one. So again, it's got 5 light attacks in one fight. Rank up a champion. We're doing it more for the XP than anything else, to be fair, because the crystals, as we know, are pretty mince. But we do have some. Oofed! We've got some decent resources coming through here for the solo challenges. We shall take these every day of the week. So again, that opens up these as well, so it's not too bad. Yeah, and our energy does stack, so we've got 99 energy, plus a couple of revives, so we'll see if we can get through at least to Act 3 maybe, or somewhere round about there, and see how we manage. We've just leveled up to number 5. So I'm going to try the completion as much as we possibly can as we run through this, because I just think while we're here, we don't really want to come back at any point. So we'll use the energy, clear off what we can, and again maxing out each of the arts is going to give us more of what we need. It's going to give us a free 7-day 30% boost. So we do kind of want to get through as much as we can within this week while we can get the slightly extra XP and climb up the levels. Again, we really want to get to the point where we're getting the masteries unlocked, because that will speed up the gameplay ever so slightly as well. Also forgetting how funny global chat is. I think I've got it disabled in the main one, just because there's a lot of mints in there, let's be honest. Again, Rocket Raccoon, it's a 1-star, but recently just found him quite refreshing to play. I mean, he was always pretty good. For anyone that remembers back in the day with my champion overview videos, we done one on Rocket Raccoon before he also got a buff just at the tail end of 2024 there, and his critical damage even back then wasn't bad. You know, you could get some serious work done in the right circumstances. You know, if your mastery setup had kind of included critical rating and critical rating damage, he could do all right. But I got a 7-star on the main account, and must admit I'm not entirely disappointed. So yeah, we're moving up the levels here. We've got 2 energy refills there. So this is going to progress along quite nicely because we've got 110 energy left. So yeah, this is going to go pretty well. Again, we'll just continue to power through with our Bottle Hawk here. Oh, we got parry there. That wasn't just me imagining it, was it? Again, it's going to give us quite a good stack of ISO, to be fair, and the tier 2. Is it tier 2? And a 3-star Nexus crystal. So, not bad. But so we're just going to go back in, because what do we get for exploration? We get a good chunk of tier 4 basic ISO, 100 units, and some gold. So yeah, we'll continue to just utilise everything that we've got going forward and do full exploration as much as possible. So we've got plenty of energy that we can use, and that's really where a lot of our units are going to go into as we go through this stream, this year's streaming activities. So that was quite good that we do have parry now. It must be maybe a level 5 thing or something. Can we see mastery? So I don't have any points, but so yeah, it gives us parry automatically. So at least it's level 1. So that's not bad. No, we don't want any offers. We are doing this totally free to play. Oh, don't tell me how. Can we come out? Yes. Don't need to learn how to parry. We've got fire enough in the game without the tutorial. I do remember starting my main account. I think just after it went live, 'cause I didn't get the veteran title when they were released. This AI's annoying. So it was just after, but I remember learning how to parry and getting used to the controls and all the rest of it. And yeah, it was. I mean, also, the only other kind of game that came close was Injustice at the time. For anyone that's played it, the DC game. But even then, it was slightly different mechanics in terms of how you controlled the players. So yeah, the game's come a long way. Some areas maybe not as much. I think we're still waiting for some. We're still waiting for some masters to show up that have been shown as coming soon for about 8 years now. Um, but the whole point of this stream is to show that you can get towards the end game content by free to play methods. It's not going to be easy, maybe not get it done as quickly, but we're hoping to show that by utilising this in the right way, that it is in fact very possible. Probably going to be an element of luck in some of the crystal openings that we do, but I'm hoping that we manage that pretty well. And that's Iron Fist down for a second time, so always good there. So again, the crystals are going to come in helpful, hopefully. Mainly as a source of ISO, we're hoping for some duplicates, because until we get to arena grinding, really, it's not going to really benefit us having like the 2 stars or whatever. So I think we go to check in case something appears on the bottom road there as we go through. Sorcerer Supreme is always one of those that I thought when they came out they were pretty good. The power gain, again, there's a lot of champions that they are good in the right circumstances, but those circumstances can be maybe just a little bit limited. Again, done the champion videos for Psylocke, and actually if you can get her up to 5 charges, and I think it's at launch a special 3, you can pretty much power lock a champion for the rest of the fight. So again, it might not get fights done in 3 seconds, but we've just got to remember, especially if we are looking at free to play, it's about giving us those champions that will allow us to get the content done with retaining as much health as possible, um, because we're not going to have really maybe a lot of resource, a lot of units to buy in, the support that we would normally have. So just because it might not get the fight done, very, very quickly, can we get it done in a steady manner? And that's probably what's most important about this. And it's always what I've tried to do for all my hero selections, in terms of the fights that we go into. If it can get done quickly, brilliant, but it's not necessarily exactly um, what we want. Just getting to the end and having as many champions as possible left to fight the boss. Sometimes is a bit more preferable. But Immortal Hulk here doing some good power of work. Again, I just like the medium, get that burst damage going on. But we've got this one, and then one more quest, I think, after this to complete Act 1. So they have also streamlined it a hell of a lot since it first came out. Again, the units on offer, has brought the game up to exactly where it needs to be. I think, we'll see how it goes, but we're going to put a mastery point in here, and again, just going to put in 1 for attack, and then like to go do the percentage of attack, because again, the points, when we start looking at the point difference, by the time you get to later on, it doesn't really matter, whereas the percentage increase goes up to 8% increase from, so that can be quite a good chunk, and then we have, various things that we can put on. But again, the mastery setup that we have will be limited there as well. We're going to get a 3-star Shafra as well from the rewards. I don't think there's anything else we need to be aware of in there. We're already at 60 FPS, so we don't need to worry about that, so that's alright. So let's continue on with this, and we'll go back and finish the path of number 5. And again, hopefully with this account, same as our second one that we've done various videos on, see a tiny wee energy refill, that's going to be pretty good to build up as we go on, just give that a wee extra boost. And really good now, because we could use some minis up to a certain level and then use a fuel to boost our energy to about double if we need to, which makes it easier just from maintaining a bit of momentum and not having to use them individually and all that jazz. So, but yeah, as I was saying, I'm hoping to be able to use some different champions than we have on the other accounts. Also, there'll be some for certain paths later on, that we'll want to have ideally, that will just make our life a lot easier. But hopefully we can try out some different champions and see how we get on. I mean, I remember on my second account that Black Panther, was a 6-star that we got first on that account, and I again really enjoyed playing him. This was, I think, before his buff, and then when the buff came in, then just made that playing style a lot easier to use. So I think 2025 is going to be interesting to see how they got on with buffing some of the older characters. I know that we've been waiting years for a Groot buff. We've recently had Superior Iron Man and Iron Man buffs. We've had buffs to what other OG champions have we had buffs to? Likes of Rocket Raccoon. So it will be interesting to see maybe some buffs coming our way for Cyclops. Certainly, we've got 2 versions of Cyclops, so how maybe will they make them a bit different, because their skill set is very, very similar. But Groot, I think, is definitely one of the remaining OGs that needs a little bit of love and attention. Again, we've done a champion analysis years ago when we started doing these videos, and I don't think it would require a total rework. I think just a little bit of tweak towards the numbers and maybe a bit more control over when those buffs come into play for him. I think that would be fair to say, because at the minute it's very much reliant on the opponent throwing their special. Yes, there's nothing there, so I think we're just going to. Oh no, there is a team health potion. Again, it's not much, but we'll take the top one and see if it puts us something new in the next one. Yeah, it's very much dependent on somebody throwing their special for to get those precision cruelty. Can't remember which one, and the fury buffs. So just a bit more control even over that would be, I think, beneficial for the character. But all in all, it's just the numbers are a little bit lacking. So hopefully they can do some improvement there. So we're fairly smashing through this. I think maybe we'll get to end at Act 1. And then we'll pop the crystals and see what we get out of them. I don't think there's nothing going to be earth shattering to start with, just because it's mainly premium crystals, which, if you've ever opened them, I don't think the drop rates on them have been increased all that spectacularly. So it will be interesting to see of what we get out of there, but I'm hoping for a couple of duplicates, and then we can get some more eyes on the go as we progress. So we do have a bit of a visual bug on certain levels at the minute. It doesn't make for easy viewing, so please bear with us, but that's it over and done with. I've noticed it more on that level, and also strangely when fighting against Spider-Ham. It seems to be pretty brutal, so hopefully they'll fix that in an upcoming update. Again, Hulk here just ploughing through the competition as he normally does. I think we'll keep an eye on the chat, but the global chat, but may have to disable it just with some of the comments that are dropping down in there that I'm seeing. So do apologise if anyone is reading it and the message isn't quite to your liking, for whatever way. The Red Skull is just a pain in the ass. Those shields decrease ability accuracy for stunning, so when he gets up to 10 is virtually impossible to stun. Not that it matters in this fight, but as you get on in the game, he is just one hell of an annoying defender. So that's his completed Act 1, so we're going to get some materials, which is pretty decent. But we do want to go back. We're not paying, 99 pence for a 4-star stack Spidey. Yeah. In another time and era, possibly. But we know we're pretty much hoping to power through this very, very quickly. So we're hoping to get to the point where we can jump into 5 and 6-star champions at the very least, very, very quickly. So we'll just be using other champions, as I said, for arena grinding or battlegrounds once we get enough of a roster up. Because again, those stores have give us access to rank up and level up materials. So, but I say we'll do some of that activity possibly on stream, but it'll be a little bit of background grinding just to try and progress us through the stream just a little bit quicker, and see how we go. But so we're a couple of fights away from completing Act 1, and then we'll do a bit of a crystal opening and see what we've got. Because when we get up to level 8 we can have 4 champions in a So we might start looking at some synergies, just that maybe gives a bit quicker fights, but Hulk here certainly seems to be pulling the work. Would be quite good if we got a 4-star out of one of the premium hero crystals. Again, how likely it is, don't really want to put a likelihood percentage on that, because the drop rates are pretty minging, in all honesty. So I've just got the same health potion as was there the first time, so didn't benefit from anything this time, but not to worry. And powering through these champions pretty quickly. We're nearly at level 8. So yeah, just a little bit slow on the go at this point in time. Oh, Reddy, how's it going, man? Hope you've had a cracking new year, pal. You're in seeing the slow and boring side at this moment in time, so hope you're all good, man. So just got this guy to beat once more, and then we can see where we're at. Slapped and down. Here we go. So that's us fully explored Act 1. So again, we've got a massive chunk of ISO and all that. We've duplicated Captain America. Yeah, no, we don't want that. Thank you very much. Nice one, ready. So that's us finished there. So let's get that done, and let's deselect all that and get rid of them because it was just notifications. Let's go and do a bit of a crystal opening. So what we've got, nothing too much in there. So we'll pop these. Just kind of rapid pop two lots of 10. So again, pretty much all 2-star champions. Although 3-star Guardian is not too bad. Again, we'll continue and back out just so we can see the other ones we get here as well. Wiccan and Hulkling, 3-star. Again, not bad, but the rest 2 stars. So we'll see how this goes. Separate one sitting there for some reason. 3-star Gore. And again, 3-star Gores. Gores was just one champion I've not had much experience with. Ooh. Again, Spider-Man's not bad after his buff. We do want a good selection here. Yeah, I think we'll take Spider-Man. Let's open this crystal as well. Gets us another awakening on 2-star Cap. Bit of ISO. 2-star Nexus. Get rid of that as well. I think we're going to take Hulkbuster there. It was very, very quick. Not sure what's in this. Again, chunk of ISO, we'll take it. And then that gives us, oh, that's just a new solo objective, so that's fine. Yeah, I think we're good at that point there. So let's have a look at our champions as we go forward. So yeah, we've got a fair selection. Oh, we've got a Hawkeye as well. Now, I do like Hawkeye. We've got Gamora, we've got Guardian. We've got a fair selection to choose from, which is pretty good. I think, do we take one 3-star up? Yeah, we can leave it just now. We'll see how we go when we get into Act 2. And what we're getting for rewards for this. So again, nothing too earth-shattering in terms of rewards. Again, a good chunk of ISO. 4-star Nexus for exploration there. We've got a 4-star on completion here. And again, the units are starting to build up, so let's see how we get on. I think if I remember correctly, let's get rid of Spider-Man there actually. We'll put, do we have any other synergies for Hulk? No, no, the champion. Do we have any more for Guardian? I've got Wolverine. 100% chance to be perfect blocks. Thank you very much. Oh, that takes. No, no bother. So we'll go with that. And see, yeah, so it's just 2 pass for each of them, I think, going forward. So yeah, going good with JLS ready. Again, trying to get some regular participation in quests and wars and all that. Just you know how it is, man. Sometimes you get a good run of people joining. That are wanting to progress, and then sometimes it tends to fall away a little bit. But all in all, some of the main crowd is still all there. So yeah, missing you, pal. Could do with a consistent player joining, to be honest. Not to say that everyone is. That's a bad reflection, but sometimes it is just a little bit lacking in participation for the alliance stuff, you know. We really want to kind of build up, you know, some regular decent players to be able to do the raids. So yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Have you tried the sentry buff? Again, it's not bad, but just takes me a little bit to ramp up. Again, it'll be a banger for longer fights, definitely. Again, we're getting our mastery point there, increase the size, so we'll just go and increase that now as well. Do we want anything else actually? I kind of want XP up. Again, we can also change this later on, but I think if we can get a percentage increase for XP. Yeah, I remember when you following, pal, and it's it's good to see that you stuck around all this time. I know you put a lot of comments and thumbs up on the videos, so muchly appreciated, man. Hoping you're finding the content useful. And again, I did take your feedback on that Act 6 completion video. I stopped pretty much at that point, but I thought this older content, as much as it is older content, it'll be useful to see what we can do free to play, just to show people what is capable without spending a penny. Yeah, I think you're one of the longest following on the channel, pal. Oh, that's an empty gap there. We should have put somebody, but oh, we can't. We couldn't put someone in. It was halfway through the fight. I'm losing the train of my thought. Alright, Nebula's down. So actually, we've been live what, just over half an hour. And if you're a brand new account, you know the units that we've built up so far. The stage of the game that we're at with the champions that we've got with the crystals actually isn't all that bad. Again, also we're not going to focus too much on leveling up until we need to. And I think there's still maybe a bit more direction that the game could give in terms of like guidance and resources and all that jazz, because how many times when you started a new account before that you'd rank up the first champion that you got and then come to realise you get a new champion and you've no resources left. Korg or Atuma, who's better to rank up? Both are unawakened 7 stars, suggest one. Depends on... It does kind of depend on the nodes that you place them on, if it's say for war or example or battlegrounds. Personally, I would say a Tuma, just because his damage reflection is a bit more consistent. Um, Korgs also has to have the rock charges to be able to do that reflection, and he does benefit more from the awakened ability there. So I would choose a Tuma, um, just because his ability is a bit more um, reliable. Also, I would argue he's maybe slightly better on offense as well if you were to use him for offense. Um, but yeah, as I've said a lot of time, it really does depend on the situation. But yeah, I think if I had both of them, I would go Atuma. 'Cause again, it depends on. Yeah, if you are just wanting pure defense, if you do want a champion that's going to appear on your roster or give you that synergy bonus, all that is so very much situational. But both good pulls of 7 stars, to be honest. And I think I've got a 7-star Korg as well. Um, Atuma was only one that I got as a 6-star fairly recently. Um, but I know Atuma in particular is desperately annoying, certainly in Battlegrounds defense. You get a 7-star awakened rank 3, um, and that thorn damage is just a pain in the ass. Yeah, as I said, it's entirely up to you, mate. Always happy to help, you know that. Um, but hope that works out for you, man. Go Battle of the Hulks and Immortal come out winning. And you crawling fucker. Glad to see you in the video, man. I swear you made a comment at one point that you would never be on for the stream. I know you love the videos, and for those watching, and as part of the alliance, and um, has probably been one of the main contributors to what videos we put out. Mainly because he needs help with something. um, but yeah, it's all good, man. But nice to see you in the comments there, pal. You could have been a bit you could have been a bit more original rather than that comment though. Really helped you, really helpful. But yeah, I said hopefully we'll get some. Sorry, man, I couldn't resist that. But no, hopefully we're going to get a good consistent year for videos, for streaming, and really just keeping at it and showing you guys what is possible. Just by playing the game, nothing special. No specialist masteries or any of that jazz. So we're going to get a couple of rewards here just from the science fight. So really good that we've got that that 4-star Hulk earning his keep. We'll just add one in because that empty box looks really annoying. Does any one of these? Yeah, we'll get armor rain from Colossus. That'll be fine. Anything on here? Nothing. Oh no, there's a one bit of ISO. Yeah, you know what? Not fussed about that. So we're starting to move into awakened 2 stars, and I think we had. Well, to be fair, um, it was only an offer. It's definitely distracting, but distraction is welcome when we're going through this boring stuff. We're going to get into the juicy stuff as we move through the content. So, the offer's still there. How's the banquet ready? Yeah, not gonna lie, mate. The superior crystals were a bit of a letdown, in all honesty. I think we went through 17,000 units or something. Um, it was something like that, and to be honest, it was a bit lackluster. Again, don't get me wrong, we got a hell of a amount of rank up material and all the rest of it, but I don't think we got one selector um, for a champion. Um, yeah, all in all, not all that impressed this year, to be honest. Again, the realm events made it a little bit easier in terms of some of the rewards that we could have got, but that was also an aftersight from Kabam, given the feedback that they got from it. So, um, just not. I'm sure they'll take the feedback on for next year. But yeah, 9,000's a good chunk ready. I'm hoping that we can do. I'm kind of grinding more seriously on my main account now as well, ready for next year. I ideally want to try and go over 20,000 units for next year. So um, also just going to be a bit careful about the end game content that we're doing on the main channel, which we will hopefully be doing some more videos on. But I would like to have quite a good chunk of units for next year. Yeah, disappointing is kind of the word there. But again, if anyone's watching and has their awesome pools from the banquet to show, then by all means pop it down below. We always like to be jealously envious of anyone that's posting up what they got. Again, in terms of champion, to be fair, even the 5 and 6 star champion, I think the only one I would really needed was Weapon X as a 6 star. I think we kind of had all the other ones that we wanted, so it was just yeah, it was just lacking in so many ways, man. I tell you what, we're getting plenty of ISO here. I think once we get up, let's have a little skek at what we need. So we need a couple of science ones to take Hulk up on our level. Let me know who you think we should take of the. We want to take 1 3-star up just for a bit of variety. So you guys that are watching, have a think and give me one to level up. No, not that one. We'll go back. Again, I think if we can do the completion for this one as well, the 100% completion exploration, whatever word it is for it, right? I'm not all that fussed. But if we can get this done, it should maybe be about the hour mark, and then we'll see where we're at. Because I think we've done not. If we can get 2 acts cleared in one stream, then that's not bad. I'm gonna have to go in and do some OCD cleaning as well, because the notifications on title and units is starting to annoy me. What's the goal for this account? So goal for this account is to get to Valiant as quickly as we possibly can. It's going to take a lot of work because again a lot of the rank up materials become so scarce. But again, if it takes us a year to get Valiant, then so be it. But we'll be marking off the progress as we get up to Cavalry or Thronebreaker, what's Paragon, all the rest of it. So yeah, it's just progress as quick as possible through the content. Yeah, it's a fair challenge, and obviously we've been through it before, so we know what's coming. You know, we know the kind of champions that are going to be useful for, say, like the Grandmaster for a collector. Going into Act 6, you know, we know that we need a kind of bleed champ, you know, for Medusa. We know we need really Magneto or Medusa for the Ultron. So we know some of the challenges that we've got coming up in terms of what we need. Act 6 is still going to be the hardest one to get through. That content just sucks ass. There's no two ways about it. But at least we have an idea about what's coming up. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Again, we've got this 4-star Immortal Hulk. Should take us pretty much through Act 5, I think. Mate, I actually love the Grandmaster fight. I think it's one of the more enjoyable fights. You've got to think, you know, it's not easy, especially that last phase. But getting them there, you know, looking at the dodging, you know, the 3-hit special attack, I actually like that fight. One shot them quite a few times in clearance, you know, getting through Act 6 full exploration. The ones I'm really looking forward to is going back through the Act 7 champions. The boss champions, like Grandmaster, the Kangs again, you know, really fun fights. Sorry, just reading yours. How do you fit your main account in this free-to-play one? It really depends on how much time you want to dedicate to it. I mean, my main account is so near end game, you know, and the content that is left is a big chunk of it. So, like, so we've got Necropolis, the Crucible, they're things that I'm not going to do in the short term. So it's just about getting the right champions, getting them leveled up, and ready to go on to the next challenge. There's always a monthly event quest for rank up materials and all the rest of it, and all that jazz. So there's enough to kind of keep it going. The free to play it's going to be not much time to invest in the short term, even if we do arena grinds, because you've only got, say, 30 champions. You're only doing 10 rounds, and then that's you kind of done. You can invest more in it if you want to, but again, we won't be spending units on hero revival, so there will come a time where that arena grind takes a little bit longer, the more champions that we get, but it's just about juggling. You know, I've always been just a casual player, so I'm not like overly demented if I miss something. It's just the nature of the beast. But I'm saying if we can manage an hour and a half, 2 hours a day on the free to play in the short term, it won't be every day. I mean, we'll try and stream as much as possible this week, but it won't be every day. So that'll help me kind of juggle the main account as well. What are you saying now? Ready? Where you living? I live in Edinburgh, mate. Not from here, but it's where I reside now. So let's do a greater strength upgrade. We'll just use the 2 points we've got at the minute. It'll give us a bit more firepower. I mind you saying that about the Grandmaster fight. Yeah, it just takes time. Again, I think when a lot of people go into it, you know, they want to try and get in and fire through it like really rapid and all that jazz. For me, take your time, you know, draw out the special ones, look at the challenges. Um, it's not the worst fight out there. The Collector still, without a doubt, is the most pain in the ass fight in this whole game. Just because by the time you get down, you're limiting the damage that he takes. You know, that for me just is really, really annoying. But no, Grandmaster fight, I said the Kang fights I love in Act 7. Even the Act 8 one, the the Twisted Hulk. I can't quite mind what his name is, but even that fight in Act 8 takes a bit to kind of get used to his charges and the fireball kind of reflection. But I can really like that fight. Yeah, I'm weird. Okay, won't be the first time I say it, and won't be the first time that you'll agree with me. Right. Oh, see, this AI has definitely gotten a lot more volatile in terms of being able to intercept you. The timing that it can get down is pretty good. So we're getting there. We're at level 10, so we're up 8 levels since we started. Always a fan of an emoji, aren't I? I keep forgetting Karnak's shrug off. Nah, just annoying, man. Come here. Slap. Even when I'm playing like off stream and things like that, I still do the kind of voiceover in the background of likes of that. I'll still say slap in the last fight when it's been an annoying one. So um, what are you going to do? But good that we've got Hulk here for the Abomination fights when they danger of getting poisoned. So I think we've gotten. I mean, maybe want to take Colossus up actually, because we'll want to make sure we've got a incinerate and poison immune champion for later on as well. So Colossus might be the best shout there. We'll get the last reward for the science one, which gives us a booster if we need it, but given where we're at the minute, I don't think that we will. So see these tiny wee level 1, I mean it's 250 health, I help at this stage, but you're probably right there, mate. It's a good job when I started the stream off. I always made sure and say it wasn't made for kids. That there would be the occasional innuendo and all that, but I think some aubergine emojis might be might be pushing it ever so slightly. Aye, there's ready. He's waiting to see the show that you're going to put up, Ant. He's got the popcorn at the ready. I'm actually really enjoying Immortal Hulk here. I think we've built up some stuff we'll be able to get him a level up or something. Could be our choice for the collector in Act 5. Yeah, I'm hoping by then we'd have some 5 stars, to be fair. But any OGs watching will remember when we done the collector with 3 and 4 stars the first time round, because 5 stars were non-existent. I think my very first max level 4 star was 2 missing. I'm sure it was Doctor Strange back when he was like OP as hell. Before that annoying 12.0 update. And Magic both were awakened, and this was back when you could sell champions. Again, new players, you won't know what that's like, but I think if I remember correctly, I sold Doctor Strange after the update because he just become totally useless. So we kept Magic. and we used her pretty much for a lot of content because she was pretty badass. Oh yeah, Hulk's ruling the business here already. Again, that once we get a couple of mediums in, that burst damage is just laying waste to him. I said I think we'll get a couple more quests out with it being as easy, and then the fights will take just a little bit longer. But at the minute, he is certainly earning his keep. Just checking the time there. So we're just over the hour streaming in total, but I think we'll go another half hour or so. We'll see how it goes. Again, really want to put in as much as possible, and it's going to give us a good jumping off platform for day 2. Not as far as I'm aware at, but you know, there's some things you can get away with and some things you can't. You just got to you just got to make the first move. Oh, so we've got ISO chunks on these paths now. There's an energy. Yeah, I think we'll take the path with the energy the wee energy refill on it. So I think Hulk's going to pull some good work on this one as well. Into 3-star champions now. So again, the resistances are up slightly more over their 2-star counterparts, but first stream of the new year, first comics you're making in that stream, and you're and you're wanting toe picks. And you're saying I'm the guy that needs to be sectioned. Love it. And maybe once we get to the point where we can get some super chats going on, then if you make a dono there, then we'll maybe think about some exclusive content for those people that make a sub. There we go. So we're getting through this. What was on question number 4, I think. Okay, starting to lose track. Ant's just distracting me, thinking about future content. Again, a bit of slow going, but it's necessary to get out the other side and to where we want and need to be for some more juicy action and progress. But again, we're going to get some good chunks of ISO here as well, so we might just look at completing Act 2, doing a bit of rank up with whatever we've got, and then we can see where we're at going into day 2. Again, hopefully after the festive holidays, we'll be able to kind of put out a bit more of a regular schedule, kind of regular timings and that jazz as well, just so that people know exactly when we're going to go live. But it will be a bit piecemeal for the remainder of this week. But afterwards, we'll see how it goes. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in so far. Much appreciate you spending a bit of time on your Thursday afternoon. I'm just going to be careful here with Massacre, because that blocked damage that he can do can be a little bit of a pain, but alright, Flynn. Thanks, Ant. Look forward to it, pal. The Russos not looking all the best at the minute, pal. Just because we just started a lot of 3-stars. I-Bomb's the only one that we Immortal Hulk's the only one that we've got 4-star at present, which is kind of why he's pulling out all the work. But I said hopefully after this we're gonna get a look and seeing what 3-star champion we can maybe level up. And I did see a comment there already. It's currently just after 4:30 here. So we maybe take up to just after 5 for today's stream. I said if I can, I would like to get Act 2 completed in its entirety. Getting a good chunk of XP though, so yeah, number 4, so we've got 3 paths to explore here, and then a couple more the same, so yeah, I think we'll get Act 2 completed, and then we'll look at some rank up. I'll just show you the roster here now, Chris. So these are the 3 stars we've got access to. So I'm thinking Colossus for the upgrade, but again, any of you guys see anyone that is worthwhile? I know Holcomb would be a solid level up as well, but ping me a wee note and we'll see what we can do. So we'll just continue through this one. Yeah, got any energy? Oh, there's a revive on that right hand side path, so I think that is the one that we shall take. We want all the resources that we can get. Must admit, I'm taking a slightly different approach to how I would normally play as well, because I'm a bit of a creature of habit, and in the main account, wherever possible, I would always take class advantage. I'm trying to just think about the fight in general rather than being really rigid on the class it goes in, so hence we're using a science against skill, but again, given the levels of the champions, it shouldn't really make too much of a difference, just maybe take an extra hit or two to get through it. Yeah, the only thing I thought about it was having an immunity champion, and we've also got Hulk as poison immune. I just thought having Colossus with being immune to pretty much everything else would be the way to go, and then we can look at like Wiccan, Hulkling, Gamora, Hawkeye, whoever, because again we've got a Gamora there, so she'll be really good for some of the later content as well. I say just try to use some kind of different champions to what I've used in my previous accounts. We've been streaming just an hour and 8 minutes, pal. I'd done one quest at the very start just to get to the point where I could back out and kind of save the progress, so to speak. So yeah, just over an hour in to get to this stage, which isn't bad. Again, we got Hulk as part of the new account logging in. Yeah, I play an MCOC with a new account literally as long as we've been streaming. This is day number 1. Again, set the account up 3-4 days ago, ready to go for the stream, knowing that we wanted to do it, and I forgot that you can't kill her with specials. But if I show you if I just back out 2 seconds, I can show you the calendar that we've got as a new account setup. So when you start, you get a couple of crystals. We've got 3-star Thor. Missed a couple of days because we didn't log in over the kind of New Year period. Logged in today and got Immortal Hulk. So we're going to get a couple more bits and pieces. We're going to get a 4-star Hero Crystal in a couple more days as well, 150 units. We're going to get a 4-star Iron Man Infinity War Again, not the best champion, but as a 4-star, we'll take it. A 4-star Nexus on day 17, 200 units day 20. Get a 5-star Black Widow Deadly Origin, and that's going to be huge for going forward because she's an absolute beast with that shock damage that she can do. Then got a rank up gem as well. We start getting a lot of the kind of higher up rank up materials as well. Got a 5-star Stark Spidey, so again that's going to be huge as well. Get a 5-star 2 to 3 rank up gem, and then a 5-star Nexus on day 31. So it's going to be huge for the stream if we can get those champions. Those 5-stars will definitely put some work in. Black Widow and Spider-Man and whatever we get from the Nexus is going to be absolutely huge. Massive fan of Black Widow. Again, need to be a bit more on point with it. You need to be a bit more aggressive play, with interceptor and all that. But if you get that right, then she just wrecks. One more path in this one. I think we're on pretty good track to get Act 2 done in plenty of time, so it's always good. Again, if we die now, Immortal Hulk's going to basically almost heal up to full, but we're not going to die. He says as he runs into this special. Telling you. See this AI, it's pretty aggressive. So replay that one and then see it tells us we're going to get something juicy on this next path. No, just ice on gold, but we shall not complain, we shall take it. There's level 12, so again we've got mastery points to use. We're getting to the point where we'll need to use an energy refill, I think, if this decides to load up. But it's not too bad to know that you can get almost through to the end of Act 2 before you really need to touch any inventory energy. And I hate fighting Super Skrulls, so I am glad that fight went pretty well. Again, Apocalypse. Again, it doesn't seem to be much variance in the enemies that we come up against in the early ones, but it's all good. Yeah, there are some champions at the 4-star really do pack a serious punch. Mr. Sinister would be actually OP. I've just started using the 7-star that I've got in Arena, and just doing that stun, charging the heavy, getting those bleeds on, and then launching that SP1, even if it doesn't hit, the DGen applies through block, and it's just absolutely nuts. And the fact that he heals a good chunk anyway from critical hits as well, gives you a little bit of safety if you do kind of mess up the rotation. So yeah, he would definitely be an awesome pull. But we've got over 200 champions now. I'd like to think we've got a good ability to get a half decent champion that does kick ass even at 4-star. That's the thing about my own job with being off for the festive period. So, but no, thanks for popping in, Chris. All the best, bud. Hope that you get some productive stuff done today. But we'll catch you in the next one, I'm sure. So we're powering through this. It's getting on not too bad. Again, the gold we've got is actually it's more gold than I've sometimes got on my main account. I've taken that serious burst damage to ourselves with these medium punches, but I say at least if we get down to the bottom, we'll regenerate a good chunk of it to come back all over again. It's going to be good going into next one as well and seeing what we can get done. Oh, serious damage with that class advantage. Look at that. Burst damage is awesome. We are going into the last fight of quest number 4 in Act 2. Again, I do like that it kind of streamlined the first couple of acts, because even before they'd done that, the exploration was just nuts. It took so much energy, and actually the awards that you got, it didn't really even merit it. See if I pull a blue Cyclops, Chris, you're getting slapped. Again, hopefully, if we do pull a blue Cyclops, he's on the list for getting a rework this year. So that wouldn't be all too bad. But yeah, let's not if we can avoid it, shall we? Right, just delete that message there. Right, we've got a small energy refill at the bottom. The other kind of revives or that, so we'll take the bottom path. Okay, I'm just going to have to be careful because we've got Electro at the end, so I might take more damage from him than what with. I'm sure I dodged that. I do like his animations though. So we've already got ISO in the stash, so that's always a good position to be in. But we'll use a couple of energy revives just to get through to the end of Act 2. And I think we'll do it there. We'll do a little recap video as well for anyone that wasn't watching. But you always have access to the stream on demand anytime you want if you want to see the progress, listen to the banter, all that jazz. So if you have lived up to this point, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you get the alert when we go live in the future. I said hopefully it'll be at a more regularly scheduled time as we move in further into 2025. And drop a comment, get involved with the chat. If we've got kind of low numbers of viewers, I'll always try and personally reply to each message. And yeah, just let's see how we go on. So again, good matchups for Hulk here with a class advantage. So again, burst damage doing just lovely work. So I think this energy refill might get us through to the end, because I think we'll get another level up before we finish. Ideally I don't want to really waste any energy, because it is going to be a premium resource as we progress through the streams. Again, we get this last at a 5-star and we will be wrecking stuff. Like proper wrecking. That's her slap down. Nay, sun is getting real low for Hulk in that one. Hopefully everyone watching gets that reference. If not, where he been? Right, so let's move on to Electro. Let's see what this damage to us is going to be like. I think we should be okay. Yeah, our burst damage is bigger than his burst damage. It gives another small energy refill and a lot more stuff as well. I'm just going to double check our rewards here. I thought we got class, tier 2 class rewards, but we're going to get a 4-star crystal as well, which will open before the end. This tier 3 crystal. Again, it's just going to be the class ones that are going to be possibly the only stumbling block in this. And I said once we open a few more hero crystals and get a bit more of a variance, we'll be able to do a bit more in the stream, a bit more variety other than Hulk just smashing through everything. Again, reminiscent of the film. I mean, that was 17% of his health done as burst damage. So it's really quite something. We are going to have to do some leveling up though, to get rid of this stuff in the stash. We've got a few mastery points to spend as well, which will help us going forward. Just doing a bit more damage, a bit more resistance. Right, we don't need to use a special attack or anything, so it won't trigger his ability, which is always good. It wasn't all that far off. We'll be maybe just over 5 o'clock, mate, before we finish. Good night. Aye, not always ready. It says we will probably be off within the next 20 minutes or so. But again, you know, thanks for your watching and your input so far, mate. Rest well. Conscious of the time difference there. But yeah, all the best, man. As I said, we're powering through this Act 2 very well. We're on quest number 5 at the minute. Immortal Hulk doing all the work. I was going to say the majority of the work, but I think he has literally done all the work. Up till this point, until we can see what other champions that we can pull through and get. Again, Super Squad, I hate fighting him. Maybe not so much at the minute, but under normal circumstances, I mean, just his whole kit is just a pain. Right, come on. We don't want any server fails or anything like that that's going to mess up our progress or any of that jazz. Like I said, once we get through this quieter spell in the early quests, we'll be able to have a bit more variety. Champion selection will be a lot more vital to what we can and can't get done. So it's always going to be a bit slower in the early content. But other than that, hopefully those that are watching are enjoying it as of now. So again, I think we'll be close to ending ourselves at this fight, but again, our burst damage should get through. Unless we do something daft like not dodge SP1. We're still good. Just get slapped. Are we able to get another level up, do we think, before the end of Act 2? So we'll replay that and see where we're going. Yeah, possibly. Might need to use a couple of small energy refills, but we'll see how we go. So we have got that 30% boost on for the XP. In the early days, we might see if we can get a 40 or 50% booster going forward as well. Come on. Right, so you need to be aware if we can't get it down in 20 hits to have the special, so we avoid his power gain. But he's not going to get there, so that's alright. Okay, that was quite good. Good fight there, actually. It's against Storm now, so we might need to get the timing right in the special, but I freaking love playing Storm. She's just so powerful. Get those prowess up, launch an SP2, and they are pretty much wiped off the face of the earth. And then Storm Paramedics, pretty much the same. Again, you get a couple of those prowesses. If you're playing like story or normal quest rather than against PvP, then if you can get the stun off, a charge up to the heavy prowess and launch a special 2. Again, game is pretty much a bogey at that point. There we are. So there's 3 fights left of... No, 4 fights left as of quest number 5. Again, once we get to the end, we'll have 2 4-star crystals to open. We'll have the normal and the Nexus, so that will be lining us up rather well for day 2, which we may get to do tomorrow. There's a few things I've got to get done tomorrow, but I can maybe schedule in a bit more of an evening stream for tomorrow. But I'd like to get at least one more stream done before the end of the weekend, so we'll see how things go. Again, appreciate anyone that is watching at this precise moment in time. My viewer count is a bit bugged, so can't see how many are watching at this moment in time, but for all those that are out there, welcome everyone. So 2 more fights left in quest number 5, and then we'll move on. So yeah, again, 4 stars that we'd like to see that are a bit different. I know he's quite good, but I would like to see a 4-star Crossbones. I think that character is still a powerhouse after all this time. Yeah, who else would we want to see? There's literally so many champions in the game now, it's not funny. But we'll just need to wait and see what we get, and then we'll see what we've got to work with. Let's get through Cyclops, and then I'm hoping 3 more paths for quest number 6. Again, get a good chunk of XP there. We're going to get so much rank up resources, it's not funny. So yeah, oh, we've got portals in this one, that's fine. They're individual portals. So I think we want the top one for the small energy. So which one's going to take us there? It's got to be A, right? Or is it going to be C? Yeah, so it's going to be a far away one, so we'll take this path first. Against the hood first. Again, we've got class advantage, so I'd like to think we make pretty short work of this. When we're up to hero rating 507 for a 3 star, so began to think, as we progress into Act 3, the 4 star and the ranked up 3 stars are going to be more vitally important in getting our content cleared. Again, not to launch a special against Gwenpool because she's awakened, so won't die from special damage. Again, Gwenpool would be quite a good character to get. I mean, her bleed damage can be pretty nuts. And if we were to get her awakened, then it does give us a little bit of surety against special attacks that don't have any debuffs attached to them, like damaging debuffs at least. Because she when awakened, she's got her plot armor, so can't be ended from special attacks. So that might be one for late in the game. I mean, I would like to think that there's not much in the way of content that will give us much challenge until we get to at least Act 5. But you never know. Stranger things have happened in terms of what it presents, and especially with some of the character reworks. I'm not as familiar with all of them. I know Black Panther Civil War is mightily annoying, for want of a better word, more so than it was before when you couldn't stun him. So that energy refill has come at just the right time. So that will hopefully allow us. It's not giving us a refill. Or did it give us some and we were just low? No, it would take us up to level 58 surely. God, that's stingy. I think we might have just enough health to get. Oh, there's Spider Gwen. Just gonna have to be really careful of that evade. Again, the burst damage we've got. Odd still. Spider Gwen, yeah, again would be a pretty sweet pool. Luke Cage as well, just looking at some of the champions on the board. Neymar would be pretty good, but again needs a really high sig level to be fully useful, to reflect 100% of that incoming damaging effect to the opponent. So as much as would be interesting to have, maybe not the best character that we could ask for at this moment in time anyway. And who's the boss for this one? Oh, it's Kang himself. So the first champion that we come across, boss or otherwise, is on a similar level to us as a 4-star, but I don't think it's going to make too much difference. It maybe does in the damage we receive if we're not careful. And we don't have dex, do we? As a new champion. Well, that's probably the first mastery point we'll want to get then is dexterity. But that's Kang finished there. I think Dexing might be one that we'll just put on while we're at it here and now. Just before we go into the last 2 paths and before we end up the stream. Let it get it through all these rewards and then we'll go back to quests. We don't want anything here, we'll skip that. Not that we've done this before. And then we want to go to mastery points. We've got 4 points to spend, so we want slumber. Where's dexterity? So we need to unlock this one first. Unlock limber. Come on. And then I think we will spend 5 units unlocking dexterity. Again, not too worried about the precision increase. It's helpful. You know what? Sod it. We'll put it to rank 3. And then that's all the points spent. But that's going to give us a good level to go into for Dex and as we go on. Right. So actually, we need to go back here, and we'll continue, and we'll finish off these last 2 paths. Anything juicy on any of them now? Pass one's got a team health, so I suppose we'll take that. Oh, we never did look at the top pass. See if there's a full energy reef on the other one. I'm going to be mad. Ah, that's not. That's good. That would have been a tad frustrating. Oh, doing absolute damage here. Will we get another level increased? I don't think so. Not for what's left. I think it'll take us just maybe 14, level 14 half up or thereabouts. Let's see. Doing absolute damage here. Right, 838 units, which I think is actually more than what we've got on my second account after the banquet event. I think I kept some back on my main account. I can't just quite remember. I think I'm like 2,500 or something. I can't really be bothered spending more on the banquet because I don't think I'm going to get anything more worthwhile from 5 crystals or something. But I said hopefully a good start in maintaining a units for endgame content that we want to stream from the main account, but also for next year's event. If we've got a year to build up resource, we should be able to get a pretty good chunk. So we got up to 17,000 without really trying, just from kind of completing like normal content. So if we make a concerted effort, you know, I think if you complete everything going through the course of the year, you can get something nuts like 70,000 units. But it does, that is quite the time investment. It's completing like every arena grind that's going, as well as like the event quest and all that jazz. So it does take a bit of time, and then depending on what you get from arenas, you know how lucky you get in crystal opening, based on average of the minimum that you can get at opening. But you can get a pretty good chunk. So a handful of fights left before we do the crystal opening and see where we're at. But again, if you missed the stream, if you don't get to see all of it and just want an overview, there will be a recap video that we'll put up on the page as well. Because as we said at the beginning, this one is a tad dry, just until we kind of get built up. And then I'll need to see about joining an alliance. I've already got 2 accounts with my current alliance. We'll see if they will allow a third, and that might give us some good options for rewards as well, which might get us some good starting off items like 5-star shards and all that jazz. Right, come on, you may throw that special one. Come on. Or maybe not. Right, screw you then. Hawk coming into his own there, pounding Kang into the ground. And one more pass to go. We got a small energy refill there as well, which is always handy. Let's put another small one there. Sod it. Because I don't think we get anything on this top path either. And we're not going to get enough XP, I don't think, from the next couple of points in energy to level up. So we'll use a couple of small energy refills just to get us to the finish line. Again, can't ask the Alliance for any energy help because we're not in an Alliance, and I tried to launch a special far too early. Ah dear. Right. Come on, Clint. Time to smash. There we go. We're on the way to finishing. We're going to use the portal here, which will use our last tick of energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 3 of them will get us to where we need to be. There's one more energy refill in 5 minutes, but I would like to think we'll be pretty much done and dusted by that point. I ken it was going to dodge there. There needs to be a timer on that evading action. Because if I remember correctly, it's every 7 seconds. But you kind of, when you're in the middle of a fight, you kind of lose track of that. So, yeah, a little countdown timer that, as we've got for most things, would really be helpful there, but I can't see that coming anytime soon. Again, Psylocke, we're going to get done and dusted here. My fingers getting a little bit cramped up, so I kind of miss the timing on that slightly. Again, there's like 3 more fights we've got. Namor, Luke Cage, and then Kang at the end, and that'll be us into our crystal opening and finale. Is Namor down? Namor, I don't know. I think it was Namor in the film, wasn't it? Again, we might just be very close to full energy refill, but again, if it's only a couple of points and it's not wasted, we'll just be able to jump into the next stream with a full health and all of our revives. Although I would like to kind of have the full use of a full bar before kind of loading up on another one. So yeah, I don't think we'll have an excess of XP here. We only get about 450 from Kang, so I think we should just be under. And we're going to finish this off with him. He's got us through this far. Be ashamed to not allow him to see the end of the fight and pulling this guy into the absolute ground. Right, you're going to be using your SP1. There we go. At least you use it this time. And that is Kang done. And with that comes the end of Act 2. So we're going to get all the rewards here. We've got a good chunk of units as well. We've got a huge pool of upgrade resources there. So yeah, that's Act 2 done and dusted. So we're going to do Crystal Opening now, because that says 100% Act 1 and Act 2 in an hour and 45 minutes. So that's not bad going. Act 3 completion and exploration rewards is where it really does start to happen. Get big chunks of units, a lot more crystals to open, and each chapter as well has some pretty decent rewards and unit bundles in there as well. So I think if we tally that up for roughly 200 units per chapter, which is about where it is, and then we get another 400, so we get 800 units from Act 3, which is absolutely nuts. We've already got 1,000 units, so we're to be damn near 2,000 units by the end of Act 3. So that'll be pretty good. Right, I'm going to get rid of some of these icons here. We'll just put Contender on at the minute. Or is it Challenger? No, Contender is the highest one, that's fine. Get rid of those notifications and profile pic. Can we clear all? I have to click on each one. That's just annoying. Yeah, I could do this off stream, but it's annoying me. So there we go. That's those notifications off, and then I want the unit ones off as well if we can, because we are not spending anything on this. It is totally free to play. Let's get rid of them. So let's do some crystals. That's just going to give us points. I don't think we have to worry too much about them. But in here, we're going to open some premium hero crystal and see what we get. Oh, a 4-star domino. Yes, please. Okay then, just ignore what I said at the top end of the stream about these crystals being crap. That's not bad. Actually, Domino, it does so much damage. So that is an absolutely fantastic pool right there. Yeah, very, very happy with that one. You're damn right, that's lucky, ready. Yeah, I am more than happy with that one. And then let's see, so we've got the normal 4-star first, so let's see what we're going to pull from this. Again, hopefully we get a new one rather than a duplicate. And Scarlet Witch as well. Well, this has just gotten interesting. Again, another fantastic pool. But this is going to be the test. What are we going to get from the Nexus? Oh man! Now we know we're going to get 5-star Black Widow from the calendar, so I'm not overly fussed about that. Daredevil, again, not all that familiar with him, but I think it's got to be Patriot. I want to say that I think he's getting an upgrade. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think we're going to go Patriot, just to kind of give us a bit of a mixture. So that's in the 4-star category. That is going to give us a science, a skill, a mutant, and a mystic. If we then have a science to a cosmic to upgrade, which I'm thinking is going to be Hulkling. Yeah, then this leaves us with a decent tech. But we know we're going to get Stark Spidey um, from the calendar as well, so that will kind of round out having one of each class to go along with. But yeah, it's a skill nexus pretty much. Wasn't much mixture there, was there? But I think all in all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that has been not too bad a day one attempt on our new account. I think once we get some of these upgraded, maybe even see what we can get awakened. We've got also the 3-star awakening gem that we got just from the completion there. I'm sure so champion items. Yes, so we've got a 3-star awakening gem there as well. So again, looking quite looking quite nice for Colossus getting awakened there. But again, we've got Hawkling, we've got Wiccan, we've got Guardian. We've got a good few champions, so I will have a think about it, and you'll see the result at the start of day 2 stream, which will be before before the end of the weekend. So if you do want to see what the progress is after this has been done, then you will need to come back and have a look. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching today. As I said, if you have enjoyed this stream, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Let's see when all the new content comes out on the channel. But until the next stream,